I'm gonna do something a little different this time. All right. Whew. What's good, everybody? Oregon Motorcycle back. Today we are up here at D Flats. This is my second time coming up here, and the first time I came up here I just kind of checked it out and didn't really go that far. So yeah, we're up here cruising around trying to get a little stress relief here. I just got some really bad news this morning and was almost anticipating it, but when it hit, it was like, man, it's like, oh my gosh. But my work is shut down, so I'm really bummed about it. So but see if I can come up here in this woods and have a good time. I got a sandwich and some water packed, and so yeah, we'll just come up here and see what we can do. I want to explore more of these trails today, and I've got the maps downloaded in my phone, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be out of cell service and that kind of thing. So I was talking to my buddy before I came up here, and it's something I didn't know, I'm not really familiar with, and that is OHV trails versus just like, say, regular public dirt roads like this. He was telling me I had to have a ATV tag on my bike, and something I wasn't really aware of. So, and I was looking at the map really good before I came up here. There's potholes everywhere, and I don't know, maybe the bike feels a little more stable with the lower pressure. I mean, actually, I think it does. I'm not going to test that theory. I don't want to fall and lay the bike over it all. But anyways, going back to the trail markings and stuff, there's like 3 different types of trails up here, and you know, but like I said, I'm not up to speed on all the rules and regulations. So if you guys know, can you post down in the comments and tell me what's up? I went to the website, and it's, you know, it has a link for OHV trail rules, but that that page is whatever not working, so I don't know what the deal is on that. But I mean, if I got to get an ATV sticker to cruise some of these trails, it shouldn't be a problem. So I was just curious if you guys knew about that, or know about that. Let me know. We're in Oregon. We got different rules here in each state. So, but yeah, it's another beautiful day. We are up here. This is in the Estacada area, if you guys don't know. This is a Sasquatch hotspot, man. There's Bigfoot up here. So we're gonna keep our eyes peeled today for any Gigantopithecus or whatever it is activity. And but no, I mean, I'm serious. There's been a lot of sightings in this area over the years, and in fact in Estacada there was even there was a sighting, I guess the Bigfoot or whatever, I don't know, I could be wrong on this, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but the story goes that there was a sighting and the Bigfoot hopped a barbed wire fence, or hopped over a fence or something, and some of its hair was left on the fence, and they did some studies on the hair, and did a bunch of DNA tests or whatever, and it came back, it wasn't human hair, and it wasn't dog hair, it wasn't any kind of hair that we have in our species list. And then there's stories and reports of a lot of activity up around the Ripplebrook area, which isn't far from here, and there's actually supposed to be a Bigfoot cave up in that area around there. I've done some exploring up and around that area too, but just, you know, via car and stuff, and not really gotten off any trails. So do you guys believe in Bigfoot? If you do, post it down in the comments. Tell me what you think about the whole Bigfoot thing. I just feel like it's an interesting story, and it goes both ways, and people are like, oh no, if there was Bigfoot, and then there would be you know, signs everywhere, and you would see, like, you know, you might find dead bodies or you know, whatever. There's a staging area. So, but at the same time, you know, I've never seen a bear in the wild. Never. And I did a lot of hunting in my younger days. I've killed some deer and stuff, and I like to go out in the woods. You know, I'd like to do a lot of fishing too. So, you know, so there's that. I mean, there's lots of bears, right? And there's lots of people that have spent lots of times out in the woods and haven't had the opportunity to spot one. So I don't know. It's kind of it's a fun subject to talk about, and it's popular up here because, I don't know, there's just, like, if you go into Estacada, there's like Bigfoot statues and that kind of thing, and so the whole, and same with the redwoods. Down in the redwoods in California, I've seen some stuff like that too, out in front of like gift shops and whatnot. But just the whole atmosphere around the whole Sasquatch, Bigfoot deal is just interesting and entertaining to me. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. So there's these trails that go off to the sides everywhere, and there's loops that go around and everything. So for now, we're just gonna stay on the main road and see where it takes us. And go out here, and then maybe I'll stop in a little bit and check my map, see what's cracking. Try to keep my mind from the situation at hand, and it works. If I talk to you guys like this about Bigfoot, then I totally forgot about the stupid ass shit that we're going through right now, which is good. It clears my mind. So, and it's awesome up here. It's a little chilly. It's colder up here than it was down at home. About 10 degrees difference according to the maps and apps. So that's why my nose is running. I don't have the virus. Whew. And I got my shield open so I can see a little better. Almost should have brought my clear visor up here. It's dark back in here. So anyways, I'm gonna go on a little ride and I get some more off-roading experience. Like I told you guys before, I don't have much off-roading experience. And if you guys caught my last video, I talked about a dual sport that I had. And that was fun. I had better tires on that one, and I took that one off-road quite a bit. We rode some trails, and my buddy actually ended up buying the same exact one because he liked mine, and I told him what a good deal I got on it. And oh no, okay, we bought those together. That's right. I went down to Los Angeles at a warehouse and picked those up in a crate. I bought two at the same time, and he had a red one, I had a blue one. And we built them, and they were Chinese dual sports. They were pretty good. They had some flaws, obviously, and the suspension was crap, but man, I rode the crap out of that thing. It was fun. I commuted on it for a little bit and took it off road, and then ended up going on a camping trip in Calico Ghost Town. I don't know, that's in Southern California, in the desert there. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Calico Ghost Town, but I'll shut this so I can warm my face up a little bit, man. And so yeah, we get out there, and this is a lesson to you all. Learn from my mistake. I was the only guy on two wheels. All my other friends, they had quads, you know, Raptors and all that good stuff, and so I was the only guy there with the bike. So we get up there, and it's a 3-day 2-night trip we're taking. We're camping in the campgrounds right there at Calico Ghost Town. And if you guys know that area, you know there's all kinds of stuff to ride around, and there's like a desert across the highway right there, and a big flat open area. So we get there on Friday, and we set up camp. Everything's good, and one of us had a bungalow, so we're right there with the bungalows and all that stuff. And of course we're drinking, you know, and that's, you know, I'm not gonna say that you know, it was a factor, obviously, because maybe I would have made different choices if I wasn't drinking. But no, we were drinking, and I wasn't like drunk, but yeah, we had a couple beers, and we decided to take off at night and go out to the desert. And like I said, I was the only one on a bike, so, and these guys were ripping, man, and so I was trying to keep up with them on two wheels, and it was sandy and stuff. And what happened is I come around a corner, not a corner but a bend, you know, in the trail or whatever, and it was all sand, and I lost the front end and washed out and landed right on this wrist. And man, I heard it crack too when I landed. And I got up, man, my arm looked like a piece of fucking spaghetti. it was nasty. It was almost a compound fracture. Almost. My bone was pushing towards the skin there. And so there was actually a guy behind me, but he was a younger kid, and he had autism or something, and he was a great kid, but he freaked. And because I told him, I was like, I had a watch on and had my gloves, and I looked at him and I said, hey man, because he was the first to get to me, and I was like, hey, you know, take my watch off, because I know my I know I'm gonna swell up, and take my watch off and help me get my gloves off and stuff, you know. And I was asking for help from him. And I got to get the trail signals right. I should be doing, should be giving a peace sign. I should be doing a fist, right? Because there's nobody else behind me. So, sorry guys, I'm new to this, so bear with me. So anyways, he gets to me, he sees my arm and he freaks out. And I was like, fuck it. I started ripping my gloves off and trying to do the best I could, because I knew it was going to swell up. And you know, a couple minutes later, you know, the group turned around, obviously, because they're waiting for us, and they turned around and came to us. And my buddy came up. He's a pretty good buddy of mine, Ryan. He came up, and you know, he was great for me. He you know, he talked me through it. And so my bike laid there in the sand, and it stayed there for over 24 hours. And so I rode back on the back of the quad with one arm around my buddy's, you know, waist or whatever. And that was a night I'll never forget, man. Oh my God. I felt like puking. I was in shock. And so we got back to camp, and it was bad. It was bad. So what happened is they took me to the nearest hospital. And again, you guys, it's like 11 o'clock at night or something. I think we ended up getting to the hospital because, you know, we were out, it was night. We were right at night. So, and so we get there, and the nurse freaks out, and she's like, oh my God. And I was like, she was like 20 something. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I was like, get your ass back in here, girl. I was like, you can't freak out. I was like, look at the profession you work in. You're supposed to be comforting me. I was like, good thing that I have a decent head on my shoulders and I'm not freaking out, because then you would have freaked me out even more. And she's like, yeah, you're right. You know, she was, you know, newbie, whatever. So that was an interesting night. What they did is they drugged me up to the point to where I was hallucinating, because they would give me drugs. I don't know what they were giving me, but they would give me drugs, and then they would come back like there's snow on the side there. I told you it was cold up here. They'd come back up like 5 minutes, 10 minutes later. All right, we're gonna stop here and check the map. And they would ask me, you know, what's your pain level? And I would always tell them, oh, it's still killing me, still killing me. So they kept giving me more drugs and more drugs. And before you knew it, I was hallucinating. And then they reset it. They told me to go straight home. I didn't. I ended up camping the rest of the weekend there. And yeah, they gave me I don't know, they gave me some kind of painkiller drug or something. I don't swallow pills or anything, so I gave them to my friends. But yeah, I just drank the rest of the weekend and hung out with everybody. I finished the camping trip, and then I got back into town, seen a couple doctors, had x-rays done, and everybody told me you had to have surgery. You have to have surgery, so I ended up getting surgery on it. They put 3 pins in my wrist, and there you have it. So so anyways, that's my story, guys. That's my story. So let's see where we're at here. There we are. And my sisters and family are all texting me right now. And I'm getting more texts from people. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to be off grid for the day. Or at least a while. So cool. Looks like my map. Well, I still have some service here. So we're going to keep cruising down this road here. There's going to be another fork in it. So yeah, cool. Alright. So yeah, we'll keep going. I'll just leave this open. And yeah, that was an experience for it. That was the second time I've broken my arm. I broke this right one when I was younger. I was skateboarding. And that was funny too, because I was skateboarding and I fell and I landed on my wrist. And I was like, I just broke my arm. And so I walked over. We were in an apartment complex, and my mom was at the pool. And I walked over to my mom and I was like, hey Mom, I just broke my arm. I probably need to go to the hospital. And she started laughing at me, you know, I mean, come on. And I'm like, no Mom, I think it's broke. You know, I was all calm about it. And she's like, you know, if your arm was broke, you'd be on the ground crying right now, blah, 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 blah. And like, all right. So what we did is we wrapped it in an ace bandage, you know, give us some support and everything. She probably, you know, she thought I sprained it or whatever. And I woke up the next morning and my hand and fingers were like double the size. It was so swollen up. And I remember going and telling her, I woke her up, I was like, Mom, look at my arm. And she freaked. Oh my God, she felt so bad. She was like apologizing to me for months, you know, and she couldn't believe that I took the pain that way. It wasn't that bad of a fracture. It was just, you know, cracked or whatever. But yeah, I went and they didn't have to reset it. So that was crazy. Anyways, broken bones, fun times. Anyways, you guys can kick back and enjoy a little ride. I'm gonna... Shit. Some big potholes here. Woo! Put that suspension to the test. I can actually feel a difference in the traction compared to last time I was up here. It felt really slick, but now I feel a little more planted with the... Actually, I feel a lot more planted. Watch, I'm gonna spill it now because I said that. Woo! Yeah, so dropping the pressure did some justice. The bike feels more stable than this loose stuff. So anyways, yeah, if I find a clearing or anything cool, I'll get the drone out and fly the drone. I got the drone, and of course, and I did a little something different on my luggage today. I just put my only my military backpack on, and I used the compression straps to wrap around those bunny making some noise. Oh, we're good. I put the compression straps around those bars back there or whatever, so the military backpack is strapped to the bike, which is it's really awesome. I mean, that's what I say in that other video of mine, it's like it's a 60-liter pack or something, so 60 liters strapped to the back just like that for $40. It's not bad. Ooh, there are some major potholes. Alright, these guys on these dual sports just mobbing over everything. They got the right suspension and tires. Alright, I gave them the fist. The fist, yo! I'm solo! Whew! This will be some good experience. Trying to use my legs as suspension. Just taking her easy. Taking her easy. Yeah, a lot more traction with 20 PSI. It's nice. I want new tires so bad. I kind of want to put some miles on these first and get my money. Ooh, bottomed out the front forks there. So that's one thing about this bike that I want to change. And if you guys are watching these videos and interested in the bike, you guys probably have heard of Jenny Morgan. She's like a CB500X whiz kid. She's not a kid, but she's a really nice person. And I talk to her on Facebook sometimes. And she commented on my video that I did about the 5 things I hate about this bike, and I talked about the front suspension and the suspension just overall. And I didn't talk about like it being like cheap suspension or whatever. I talked about the way they tuned it. Like the front forks need more dampening, and she told me to, instead of changing the oil weight, just to add more oil. And she said add like 20 milliliters of oil to each fork, and that will keep the dampening the same. Let's see what this sign says. Leaving motor vehicle area, restricted area, OHV use permitted beyond this point. So, and it's got, why does it have quads and dirt bikes crossed out? Oh, OHV use prohibited behind. Okay, so yeah, so that means you got to take off on these trails if you don't. So I'm good on this one, and we're gonna cruise this road a little bit longer. Okay, so she said that if I add 20 milliliters of oil to each fork, that will keep the dampening close to the same in the neutral zone, but increase the dampening as the fork travels down more, which is exactly like what I want. But there's a trade-off, because the more oil you add, the more pressure you put on the fork seals as the fork compresses, which makes, you know, total sense. But she said just adding 20 milliliters should be fine. Shouldn't affect the fork seals or anything. So now, you know, I have a warranty on this bike, and the guy flat out told me I have an extended warranty. You know, if it leaks oil, bring it in. You know, anything. You know, it's unlimited miles for 5 years. So I'm thinking if like I did that, and then like 2 years down the road, busted. Shouldn't have my foot down, right? Yeah. I've been watching a lot of off-roading videos, you guys, and trying to like figure it out. And anyways, so I don't think they'd be able to tell if I added an extra little bit of oil in there. I don't know. Who knows? Just blabbing on. Something I might do here. I have the oil in the garage. It would be free, but cost me nothing. Maybe I should do that, because I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands now with work being shut down. I could add some fork oil to that, and then maybe come back up here, as long as they don't do a total lockdown up here in Oregon. But they just shut all the businesses down in Oregon, non-essential businesses. And I'm not essential. I'm not important. Not important. Yeah, baby. Woo! Up here. So goddamn. Let's check the map here. It's a wish. So we are out of cell service, and my downloaded map is working as planned. It's good. Ugh. Bike's rad. Can't wait till get some tires on it and see what it can do more. And I mean, I know it's basically a street bike, but it's got the off-road capabilities, which is, I mean, it's just about perfect for me, because this is about the gist of my off-roading. I'm not trying to do any single track on it. If I was, I would be looking at a dual sport. Hey, and you know, speaking of Chinese dual sports, Dork in the Road, I've been following him lately over the past month or two or whatever it's been. He's got some great content. He seems like a really cool dude. I wouldn't mind kicking back with him and knocking down a few beers or something, you know, or going camping or something. He seems legit. He just got a Chinese dual sport. I forget the name of it, and it looks rad. Oh my god! And it's got a remote starter on it, which is, I think, is the coolest thing. It's, I don't know, just, I think that's just a really cool option. You know, I like that stuff. So, woohoo! Oh boy. Snow on the road, snow on the road. Some of these potholes are deep. And it's $1950. Oh shit. Okay, pay attention. $1,900 shipped to your door. And he had to pay some weird licensing tax or something on it, which I thought was kind of interesting, but it was like $10 for the tax or something. You know, and you got to do the title transfer, of course. By the time you do all that stuff, you're probably looking at, you know, $2,200, but that's $2,200 for a brand new Chinese dual sport, which isn't bad. I think I paid like 18, 17 or something for mine, and you know, they're like 200 cc's, slow. But this one looks a lot better than the one I had, and it's got inverted forks, so that's really cool. Really cool. Should have brought my machete. I have a machete, and I always forget to bring it. But I've watched some videos. There's these guys from Michigan or something. Might be two brothers. I don't know. They don't post too often, but they have some videos from years ago where they were doing, what is it, the Transatlantic Trail or whatever you call that. I don't even know what it's called, but they, oh my gosh, they went on a crazy, you know, on this ride, and they got way back up in there, and there were so many trees, you know, fallen trees, and they kept having to stop and chop these trees and make these paths to get through, and it was insane. They were stopping like every freaking 50 feet, and I think most all their cutting of it was done with machetes, and they were tearing up the machetes, but still, I mean, the machetes worked to get down some pretty decent size trees out of the way. So we're gonna do our best to stay out of that frozen stuff, because I don't have any traction in the frozen stuff. My front tire slipped right off of it a while ago. Maybe I should go down to 15 pounds. So yeah, this bike is so much fun. I mean, I could never do this on a sport bike. You would never think about doing this on a sport bike. My crazy friend with the Gixxer does. And then there was I don't know if you guys seen it, and I believe, ooh, big rock there. I believe I believe the bike's from Oregon, but there's a Panigale, I think it's a 959. The guy put like some Shinko's 805s on it or something, and did it up all crazy. It was funny. And then there's a picture from Asia or something of a guy in a Hayabusa that did the same thing. He put bags and saddlebags on it and dirt tires, all that crazy stuff. I need to adjust my brake, my rear brake up more. I'm standing up like this. I need to quit using my front brake, and I need to get an ABS switch installed on this thing to disconnect the rear ABS, because ABS on the back tire off-road is useless. It's slick, but it's all good. The bike definitely feels more planted at 20 psi. And if you guys hang out at the end of the video, I'm going to show you my little compressor I got that will air up. Well, Shay. Woohoo! Now I'm cheating because I'm not standing up, right? You guys that stand up all the time make fun of the people that sit down and put their foot out. What do you guys call that? Squaddling or something? I don't know. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. Oh boy, it's getting all snowy up here. This might be the end of it for me. Dang it. Yep. Got the bike a little dirty. Nice. I don't know if I even want to attempt that by myself. This stuff is like ice. Huh. I hear a creek down there or a river. Yeah, this stuff is solid ice. This in the middle isn't. Whew. There's no way I can drive on that. Yeah, that white stuff. Get your hand off the front brake. Stupid boots. Ah, these boots get hung up on that flat thing there. I hate it. I need some new boots with a smooth inside. These boots used to get hung up on my CBR and my R6. I don't get it. Like they got these, and they got good side protection or bracing protection or whatever, and that's what's doing it. It's getting hooked up on the heel guards. Looks like I'm getting some tree scratches on the fairings. Yeah, baby. I know some of you guys, a lot of you guys actually, are changing up to a larger front sprocket, a 16 tooth. And let's see, which way did I go through here? And I honestly feel that that is not necessary on this bike. I know it's because you guys complain about the first gear and you're trying to get the first gear situated, but I mean, I'm in first gear right now and I think it's totally adequate. Woohoo! Yeah, sick. I kind of like the low gear, especially right there. It was nice, and so by putting the 16 tooth on there, I think you're affecting I know you're affecting the power on the top end on 6 gear, because as you guys know, this thing gets kind of doggish, like say over 80 miles an hour, over 85, and it's really doggish in the 90 mile per hour range. But you know, some of you guys don't drive that fast, but here in the United States, on some of the freeways, especially in California, I'm not exaggerating one bit. There's parts in California where like 90 miles an hour is the flow of traffic, and that's not an exaggeration, guys. So, and typically it's between 70 and 80 in California, and here in Oregon it's like 60 and below. No, I'm just playing. It's like 60 to 70. But so, you know, I can hit the shift light on this bike in 6 gear by myself, but if I have luggage on, I can't. So if I had luggage and a 16-tooth sprocket, I might be able to only top out at 90 miles an hour. So you guys see what I'm getting at here, right? I mean, you got to look at the overall ratio of the whole bike from 1 to 6 versus just the first gear. And I kind of like it. I've been accustomed to it, and I think the bike is geared perfect for the power of for the power and the weight of the bike. I think it's geared perfect, and I think the engineers, who are probably a little well versed in gearing bikes than we are, did a great job of gearing the bike. So anyways, that's just my opinions and thoughts on the 16-tooth. So I don't have any plans to put a 16-tooth on here. I was when I first got the bike, but after riding it for a while, what we got, 2,800 miles on it. I like the gearing. I like it a lot, actually. So we're good there. So I'm headed back down. I'm gonna turn down that other road and see if we can't like do a loop through there. Yeah, that back brake doesn't do much. I need it to lock. I'll get more confident in the bike off-road as time goes by. I know some of you guys just rip through stuff like this on your adventure bikes, but I'll get there, guys. Don't worry. And plus, like, by myself and stuff, I'm just enjoying the time out, so I don't really need to go fast. And at the same time, I do not want to fall by myself, because like I just told you guys, when I fell on my dual sport, I had a lot of friends with me, and my friends helped me tremendously. I would have been fucked if I was by myself, totally. So take it easy, just have some fun. Having fun, boy. Whew, love this bike. That's such a good feeling when you get on it a little bit, turn in, you can feel the back end slip out a little bit. I love that. Whew. Who doesn't love loss of traction? Come on, we all like to do burnouts and stuff. Get sideways. I can already feel my confidence level going up just with this little bit of riding here. And it's quite simple. I'm not getting as freaked out when I feel the front end wash. I don't, and it's, you know, it's probably still in my brain because of my injury I had back in the day. The front end washed out, and that's like my main fear. Even riding on the street is having the front end wash out. I can deal with the back. That doesn't bug me at all. Because I feel like when the front or when the back washes out, I feel like you can control all that with your throttle, for the most part. And when the front goes, it's like, ugh, you know, you're just waiting for it to grip back again, and it does. It almost always does, unless you get to you pass the laws of physics, I guess, and you got more momentum and weight than you do traction. And so loving my new jacket, guys. This is the Sedici. I showcased it in one of my other videos. This jacket's awesome. I love it. It's doing really good, really comfortable. Man, it's got CE2 armor that came with it, man. This is awesome. So let's see if we can go with this road a little bit and see what's cracking. Let's see if I can get past this icy stuff here. I should have went down there. Oops. Let's just go here. Oh, it's like solid ice. All right. See if there's less snow on this one, because I think we can do a loop back around on this trail, so I don't have to backtrack as much. So I need to learn how to lean my body when I'm standing up. You know, what is it? Moto Trek, I think it is. That guy's got some awesome. It's a couple different people that do that channel, but they've got some great tutorials on all kinds of stuff about riding adventure bikes off road, and those guys are good riders, really good riders. And they break it down and tell you how to do it, which is great. Those are some of the videos I've been watching. And they talk a lot about when you're standing up, how you could move your body around and position the bike, and it kind of brings me back to the days when I used to ride BMX bikes all the time. And oops, shit. You know, standing up a lot, you're moving your body around a lot. It's the same kind of principles. So that's nice back here. Really nice. Another fork in the road. Slick. All right, made it. Doesn't show that road on the map. Wonder what that is. Huh? Looks like a muddy mess. These roads have all been gravelled at one time, so I don't know. We'll just stay on this road. Oh, it's a little muddy here. Ooh. A little muddy. That's a big mud hole right there, boy. This is where we're gonna go. We're gonna go up this way and cross down, because that's gonna be a dead end, so. It's a tight little trail. Slick. Oh, well, this isn't going anywhere. It's like a freaking single track. Not really, but kind of. Boy. Oh no. I don't think we're making it up there, guys. This might be a good spot to kick it for a minute there and take a break. Kick it for a minute on my dirty bike. It's a big mud hole, and for there's a part of me that really wants to cross it. Just bomb through it. We can go on this side, I guess, a little bit maybe. how deep it is. Is that a tree across the road up there? We can go up and investigate, I guess. This mud, boy. Ooh. Alright. Oh boy, I'm all muddy. And I need pegs bad because they do not mix with these boots in the mud at all. Whew. We got time and gas. I might as well just go up this road and see what happens. According to my maps, it dead ends. So much fun. Just going over these stupid little bumps and stuff. I don't know, it's fun for me. I'd love to do some little jumps on this thing. That would be fun. Birdie, birdie. Totally clearing those potholes with the front tire. They got like a little hump in front of them though, so that's a little thing. There's another mud hole, more mud holes. What is this? Ugh. Alright. Not that bad. The contrast is so high here with the sun coming through the trees, it's kind of hard to see the trail sometimes. Yeah. See where we're at on the map here. Yeah, if I keep going on this, it's going to wind down here and dead end. So we'll go a little further and turn around. It smells so good up here. This mud stuff is really slippery. Oh shit, way slick. That center section is like snot, and we all know how good these tires do in snotty stuff. Let's see here, let's see. Yeah, it's getting really slick and muddy back here. Probably a good idea to turn around here. Stuff. Alright, we'll turn around. We will turn around. I really like this. If you guys are in tight spots and you're on hard ground like this, you just do the old flipperoo. I call it the twist. Doing the twist, yeah. And there it is. Once you get the balance and everything correct, it's like it takes no muscle at all to do. Some say it might be bad on the kickstand, but I got a warranty. slick right there. I'm actually getting a workout. I can feel it. It's good. Definitely getting more confident. Definitely getting more confident. It's just when you ride street for so long and you're so used to that gluey, grippy grip that you get, you know, Velcro grip you get sometimes when you get your tires warm. It's just different, you know, riding on this stuff. Oh, motorhome's gone. Oh, these stupid boots keep getting hung up. Man, these are like high-dollar boots too. They keep hooking on the side, man. It's not good, not good. I've been looking at the O'Neill boots. They're affordable. They're like a little over $100. They got it smooth inside, so you're not going to get hung up on anything, and they're pretty supportive. The reviews are pretty good. It's a really good bang for the buck. Kind of like the Corvette. Corvette's always been the best bang for the buck as far as performance versus dollar goes. Oh, these cars up here, this car's bottoming out. It's funny. Get it, boy! It's a nice truck. Man, there's almost enough to charge the front suspension and then gun it, and you could kind of go over those potholes a little bit. Almost. A little rough on the back, though. Bumpy. I think people are coming up here. Sorry, I've seen some of these cars and stuff. I had the camera off a while ago, but there was a van and a car up here, like one of those Kia Souls or whatever, up here, back up there in that tight trail we were up. And I think a lot of people are coming up here to shoot their newly acquired guns. You guys know all the guns and ammunition are sold out pretty much across the nation here in the United States. Insane, insane in the brain. So we got a lot of new gun owners. Yeah, it's just what we need during this time. But yeah, when I stopped up there and drinking some water and stuff and just listening, you know, I could hear gunshots everywhere. So A lot of people up here shooting today. Damn. Some of these potholes are hard to see because of the contrast, like I was saying earlier. Come out and sneak up on you a little bit. But it's all good. Oh, we got like 7 inches of travel to soak them all up. A lot of dual sport action up here. A lot of dual sport. But see, now here's the beauty. I can go up here and do this, and man, I love this bike the more and more I ride it. Now I can go hit the twisties right now. You know what I mean? And have fun hitting the twisties. You know, hitting the twisties on a dual sport is probably not all that exciting. You know, I don't know. I don't know, but I would assume with big ass knobby tires it wouldn't be the greatest experience compared to, say, a sport bike or something that is a little more street oriented like this. It's a great, oh shit. Oh, slow down. It's just a great crossover bike. I'd really like to try the Africa Twin though. It's just, it looks so intimidating at the dealership because it's a freaking, looks like a damn skyscraper sitting there next to the other bikes, man. It's like so big. Might check the map real quick just to see where we're at. Yeah, the Africa Twin looks huge. No, we didn't go up that road. Go up that way and you can cross over. This is so much fun, just riding these trails like this. I think with this time off, I'm gonna spend a little more time up here. Maybe explore some other trails. I have maps all over Oregon, but I know a lot of them are snowed in right now. But this is good practice for me. These are really mellow roads, and it gives me a opportunity to feel that loose traction. And super impressed with running 20 psi. Yeah, it's bike's more planted, got a little more traction, so I feel a lot better. Especially in the loose gravel. It seems to be the most noticeable in the loose gravel. I'm gonna hit one of these potholes in Indo if I don't watch it. I'm gonna let these dual sporters go by. Eat some dust. Those are rad. Damn, those are sick. A little dusty back here. Yeah, those side-by-side things, whatever you want to call them, man. Those have really evolved over the past 10 years. My goodness. I'd get in trouble on one of those. Oh boy. Back to the staging area. We're gonna pull off here. We're pretty close to getting back on paved dirt. I'm gonna show you guys my compressor and my tool setup and stuff and what I carry on me. Boy, this place is packed right now. Hopefully they don't shut this down too, because I wouldn't mind coming back up here in the next couple days. Got the kiddos out in training. Nice. They can't see me. Nice. Love to see kids on bikes and quads and motorcycles like that, because you know that's the future. And I know a lot of you guys know that you know, the motorcycle industry's gone to shit over the past 10-15 years or whatever, and slowed way down. And we need to get more kids into riding bicycles, because that's where it starts. And you know, more if you got the opportunity to take a kid out, man. I have tons and tons of memories. This is where I stopped before, right? Oh, we can stop somewhere else. Yeah, it is. We'll stop up here. As a kid riding, I got my first off-road. I got an ATC. I had the Yamaha Trizinger, and I got that. Man, I don't know. I was like 8 or something maybe, and it had a pull cord on the back. My dad was running behind me, and he could pull the cord to kill the engine. Man, so many memories. And then my dad rode dirt bikes, and his friends rode dirt bikes, and we would be out in the desert and just having a good old time all the time. I rode the Wash in San Bernardino growing up as a kid. So yeah, I mean, that's what started this whole love for motorcycles. And then of course, you know, my grandfather rode. I grew up with my dad had a garage full of motorcycles. So I mean, just grew up in that setting. So, and my grandfather rode, like I said, and all that good stuff. So anyways, all right guys, I'm going to show you what I carry for tools, and I'm going to show you my air compressor and stuff. I need to air these tires back up. I'm going to show you what's going on. The thing I don't like about my setup right now is I have to take all my luggage off to get into the seat. So right now it's not going to be that big a deal because I just got these 4 straps here, but I'm going to eventually get a something that mounts to the outside, or maybe when I do travel I'll start carrying my tools on the outside so I don't have to do all this, you know, to access my tools. You know, I want a little bit easier access. But anyways, I got it all stuffed underneath here. And I've heard of some of you guys on the forums or the Facebook thing or whatever, you guys are taking a Dremel and dribbling out these little dividers in here. And so as you can see, here's my compressor right now. There's these dividers and stuff in here, and you can actually Dremel those out and get a little more room in here. So let's get this thing going. I'm actually going to run the battery, or run it when I go. So pick this up on Amazon. I forget, I'll put the link down below. It's compact, it fits in here along with my tools and my patch kit, which we're going to look at right now. So yeah, let's get some air in our tires. Oops. I want the plug-in so I can so I can plug into the charging cable I have in here, but anyways, and the gauge is pretty accurate. Oh, it's airing up fast. I'm not even gonna start it. Yeah, the gauge is like maybe 1 or 2 pounds high, so I just go to like I like to run 30 pounds in front and rear almost all the time. If it gets really cold and I'm riding, you know, like really low 30s or whatever, if it's winter time, I'll drop down to like, you know, 27, maybe even 25. But I like to keep my pressure there, and I don't weigh that much, so I know some of you guys are bigger, you guys like to run a little more pressure in the back, but it's a nice compressor because it aired that tire up quick. Alright, there we go. So the back one's going to take a little longer. I got the bike a little dirty today. Alright, so got the compressor. This came with the bike. I took it out of the bag and the Allen wrench, tossed to the side because I have more Allen wrenches in here. This is a helmet lock that you guys can put on here, or whatever, that I'll never probably use, but I figured it's a nice little cable. I might need it for something. So that kind of gets tucked in here. And we'll put that back in a minute. So these are my my tools I carry, just the basics. These are BMW tools. Some of them are. So I got an 8, a 10, a 12, and a 13. I got Allen wrenches here. I got a socket driver, and this is a 6mm here, and then a screwdriver that pops in and out. This is a BMW product too. I used to be into Beamers like big time, so I'm gonna get another one here. I keep saying that soon, but I'm gonna probably get another Z3. And I keep a little extension with the 8mm, and then I have a 10mm in here too. And that's a good basic kit. Now, oh, and then this 14 right here. The thing is with the 14, you need 2 14s to do your mirrors. So I have a pair of pliers actually that I've been carrying in my backpack, and I'm gonna put a small crescent wrench into my mix here to mess with the mirrors in case that ever gives me any problems. Now in this bag here, this is my repair kit. So it didn't really come with a bag or anything. So I got the plugs, I got extra valve stems, plugs and all the stuff to do the plugs and the glue and everything in there. So in case I have a flat, I can plug my tire, air it up, and yeah, that's just my basic necessities for going out in the world. And if you guys don't carry this stuff, you should probably think about carrying it, because if you ride long enough, you're going to have a flat tire. It's going to happen. So it's happened to me. It's in it. My buddies, I was out riding with my buddies before, and they had a flat tire. We plugged it on the side of the road and everything. So, but yeah, it fits kind of tight in here. I might take a Dremel and get these things knocked out so I can have a little more room in here. But yeah, well, that's it. So there you go. The seat's always a little fun to get on. Gotten better at it though. When I bought this bike, we were at the dealership and we popped the seat off because we were looking at some stuff. We had to do like a walkthrough, you know, before he handed me the keys, and we couldn't get the seat back on. It was funny, and he's like, "Oh no!" The salesman was tripping out because he's like, "Oh no!" I was like, he thought something might be wrong or something with it, and I was like, "No." I was like, all the research I've done on this bike, I've read that it's a little funky to get on your first couple times, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. And we almost started Googling it, how to put it back on, but we managed to get it back on without using the intraweb. So now you guys can see how I'm doing this right here. These compression straps right here just go to the side, and it's working out good. So it's time to go home and edit some videos for you guys and relax and try not to think about my work quitting. Yeah, it's really annoying me because yeah, it's just fucked up, put it that way. So got the bike dirty though, so that's cool. She's looking good. In fact, we're gonna take a picture. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a long one, but that's alright. We all got time. We all got time to watch these long videos now, right? And we got time to edit these long videos. So, I don't know. I might be back up here in the next couple days doing some more practice. I got some really good experience today. I'm really happy with the progress that I made today by myself. I met a guy online on Facebook. He's local and he has an Africa Twin, and he's invited me out to ride with him and show me the ropes kind of. So I'm probably going to take him up on that offer, but I told him I want to get better tires first, be a little more prepared, because this guy's like going to just run circles around me. So I want to be somewhat capable of being able to, you know, to go to that next level before I, you know, go out with somebody on a street bike, basically on a dirt road. So anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna get some good practice in, guys. I'm gonna get better at off-roading, slowly but surely. It's just gonna take some time, you know, and all that good stuff. So, you know the routine, guys. If you're still with me and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because you guys are liking my content if you're still watching and you're not subscribed, right? Because you're still watching. It's like a no-brainer. Anyways, guys, until next time, Oregon motorcycle.